So there was this play we did called Hardy's Apology. It was based on Ramanujam's life, seen by his partner, Hardy, and I played his wife's role in the play. And so while we were doing the play, it spoke about how Ramanujam felt really ill, and his wife, her entire life she took care of Ramanujam. And when she was young and he got married and left for his work, and he was mostly not there around her, and when he came back he was ill, and all that she had to do was take care of him. And the only thing that she wanted was to have a good life with her husband. And Prakash Balwadi, my director, so he's a great conversationalist, and he will make you understand the character in a way that you would never approach it that way in the first place. Then he was talking about philosophy of desire. And then he said Descartes had this philosophy of desire that he spoke about, that you will always get what you want. Desire is such that you want to own that particular thing or the relationship or the person or the position. You will always get what you want, but not the way you wanted it. So what happens in this play is the wife always wanted to be with her husband. So she got married to be with him, but then he was not around. So he was always engrossed in his studies and books, math and everything. And when he came back to live with her, he was not in a position to lead a proper life because he was always ill. So she got her husband back, but not the way she wanted to live. So he says that, it is, desire is very tricky. So Buddhism says it is the source of suffering. And then you say you should never desire anything. So there are a lot of approaches to desire. So, but the end result of it is always suffering, they say. But here in this course, what I learned is you will suffer no matter what, but how are you going to do it? Are you going to be hopeless, or are you going to take it well and suffer in a way that it's not going to affect your mental peace or your journey towards life? So it is interesting concepts. It's beyond the Instagram quotes that we read. So it's deeper. It's a lot of work inside, your inner engineering, what Sadhguru says, but then it is really about your inner self.
You're right. And on that actual note, I was, because I've been exploring a lot of this, right? Another quote I came across was, again, I could probably be killing this. I don't know if I'm getting this right, but it's something on the lines of pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional.
Correct.
Right. So you are bound to have your lows, but how you want to look at it and how you're going to kind of walk away from it kind of reflects on the person you are, and truly comes down to mettle and character. So even with this whole lockdown thing, right? Everyone's freaking out. Like you said, there's just people who just don't know whether their businesses or their careers will ever pick up again. People who spoke a lot about job security and being in a corporate company. You know what? I don't want to get off my desk job. And again, I do this a lot where I talk about corporates and I talk about desk jobs and all that. No way am I trying to diss that, but what I have noticed is people tend to are always inclined to following a safer route. Right. So especially with something like this, like job security more than anything, great, that's your priority, works for you, perfect. Some people have money, some people have whatever it is, right? In this case, security. But it took something like COVID to kind of teach them that, there is no job security anywhere, and at the end of the day, security is within you. Right? It's about how you handle it. If you can confidently say, I lost this job, that's it, and it has nothing to do with me or what I did, but more on the lines of what the company is going through, and I can just get out in the market and get another job, irrelevant of whether the economy is down or not.
That's
right?
true.
Which
is very hard, and see, it is there's one more thing, knowing is one thing and doing is another. So knowledge is power. Yes, just being aware of your negative thinking or the way of the way of your life or your lifestyle is not enough, but what you do about it is what.
So it's more important.
Yeah, it's like intelligence is knowing, but what you truly do is wisdom with it. That's what they also teach.
Yeah.
It was very hard. Like, when I tell myself that I don't want to lose my temper, and when I lose it, when I do it, and I have had a horrible episode, and I feel like I've wasted. I've done a course, I'm trying to understand, but I still failed. But that's what they say. You always fail, you always
get
start.
back up again. Yeah.
And the key to everything is the choice you make, right? Like you said, pain and suffering and anything. It's only the choice you make. And that choice depends on where you come from and where is the decision coming from.
Yeah.
They say, right, like your life is just like a decision away.
Yeah.
Whatever decision you make, and then you have other two roads, and then you always have these crossroads. Every time you're making a choice.
Yeah.
So what is that choice you make defines your life.
Right.
So it's the key to a good life, or the life you want, is the choice, which is very hard to make. And I think that is what defines life, to make those choices and to know where it's coming from and what it can do to you. So difficult.
Yeah. I mean, this whole practicality is easy to talk about, like you said. A lot of people like to either comment about other people's lives and they don't do anything probably about their own lives in the first place, right? Because two reasons. It could be that priorities are different, or it could be that they just don't have, like you said, the courage to do so.
Yeah.
And it's, at the end of the day, it's all choices. People keep saying, I don't have a choice, but you have a choice to do pretty much anything and everything.
Everything. To how I'm going to use my toothpaste, whether from the middle or from the bottom. From there, you make a choice, right?
Yeah.
So it is, also not bearing the burden of everything is because of you. But it says that, external forces, circumstances are there. But how you react to them is what you need to do. That is living philosophy.
Yeah.
What is your philosophy of life is what it is. Your reaction to it and your choice that you make. So it's a difficult task, life. And I feel I regret a lot of choices I make, but then what can you do? You always have to learn and move on. Very easier said than done, but
of course. And like you said, so first of all, the threshold to gaining knowledge itself is quite tough, or it's quite high, right? It takes you time to get to a point where you can confidently say, you know what, I have explored this enough to say I know this to some degree. But like you said, it doesn't end there. Just having the knowledge is not going to get you to the point, the ideal point, or what you're looking to, or what you're preaching about.
Right.
You need to really put that to use.
Exactly.
Right. So even with, I remember there are people online that I follow who talk about completing 50 books, 100 books in 6 months. I've been reading left, right, and center. I've been killing it. And there are these guys who also consume through audio books as well, listening to it on 3.5x speed and all that. And I'm just like, okay, this is great, but are you doing something about it? I mean, it's great, it's coming into your head, but you don't have enough opportunities to try all these things.
Exactly. And also, when it comes to like people and society and community, what happens is there are a lot of ideas, there are a lot of good ideas, there are a lot of right ideas, but then how does it reach people? So it's also the way you approach it. If like, what is a holistic approach? And when we talk about, say, body shaming, we talk about body shaming, but you also have memes circulating, and then you laugh at it, and then you also talk about body positivity. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So you be one with what you're doing. And like, that's why they say, like, being intelligent is not a big deal. Anybody can be intelligent, but are you wise is what you need to know. So don't tell me that I have temper issues. If you know you have temper issues, that's not going to serve anything. Have you done anything about it? Then you are
Yeah.
then you know
You're on the right path.
then I can say you've done something. You
Right.
can't say, I can't always say that, you know what, I have this problem, so bear with me, is not the thing. I'm saying I have this problem, I am going to change it.
Yeah. Just a disclaimer is not going to help you.
Exactly. Just because you know doesn't mean anything, doesn't make you a better person
Yeah.
at all. I know what I do,
Yeah.
but why do you do it?
Yeah.
Is what you ask yourself.